Sheryl Bindelglass, our speaker today. Sheryl is well known to the Bowl Expo and throughout the family entertainment industry. She has operated top-notch facilities on the East Coast for more than 20 years. Those facilities have broken records for sales, and Sheryl has won industry awards for achievements in retailing, marketing, and operations. She is the well-published go-to authority for attaining profitable results in the entertainment and leisure industry. Sheryl is president of Sheryl Golf, a marketing consulting company that provides a full range of service to clients in all types of businesses across the country and around the world. Her expertise has helped hundreds of business owners like you with marketing, retail operations, group sales, and staff training. In other words, she has walked a mile or more in your shoes and has lived to tell the story. Sheryl has been asked to speak at national and international conferences, delivering hundreds of presentations. Her passion and enthusiasm for industry is truly contagious, and you'll see that for yourself in just a few moments. Please help me welcome Sheryl Bindelglass.
Wow, thank you. Don't go anywhere. Tracy, where are you going? Don't go anywhere. You know the rules. Now, he thought he was going to get to go out and just duck away. And he was a last-minute quick changeover. They had two other people that were supposed to introduce me that got called off to a board meeting. So can you please give him a big round of applause? No. And for those of you who have been to my seminars before, what do you think he deserves? Free smiles and $100,000. First $100,000 of the day, besides my wonderful checkers. Thank you. One more round of applause. Okay, we still have a couple stragglers coming in from the keynote. If you could do us a favor one more time and raise your hand if there's an open seat next to you. I promise you the first seats I do not pick on nearly as much as everyone in the back. So raise your hands nice and high. Over on that side there's some seats. My lawn leaners, my wall leaners, come on, I want you to have relaxation. Or you could come sit up in the very front on the floor. Can you raise your hands one more time for where there's an open seat over there? Oh wait, he's dangerous. He's dangerous. Be careful. There's one over there. Any more? Right over in the front right? Two in the front right. That's almost business coach. There's one over here, and there are two more over there. Is there somebody sitting here? Oh, watch what we do. Oh my gosh, we'll just put them on the end. We have, oh look, first class VIP seat right here. Nobody's taking it. Tell them you'll be nice and friendly. So there are a couple people who may have missed my free smiles. If you raise your hand, I know that my wonderful clicker person will come give you free smiles because I was doing a little techie. Raise your hand if you need a free smile. Wow, they're afraid of you. Look, they didn't get free smiles. So today is all about helping you and making sure that it's very special and important to you. I loved my intro. It is true. I've walked 1,000 miles. I've worn out bowling shoes. I've worn out golf shoes. I can tell you it's tough being in your position, but I'm going to give you a lot of things that will help you. I don't believe in just presenting, quote, theory, but things that are tried and true. Things that I know may not necessarily work in Texas this month, but they'll work in California, but next month it'll work in New Jersey. And yes, he did say I'm a Jersey girl, so I just want to get rid of a couple preconceived notions. Number one, don't tell Bruce Jenner this, but I'm not hanging out with Snooki down at the beach, even though I'm a Jersey Shore girl. Number two, if you think I'm one of those Real Housewives of New Jersey, I'm not. And I'm not connected to the mob, so you can ask questions and I won't have them take you out or do anything bad later. Questions are vital to the success of any seminar. I don't get distracted. It's not like, oh, we asked her a question and now she'll go off. You're going to be in charge if we go into a little segue to go after 3 minutes. Got it? What are you going to do? Where's the sound effect? They can't. Oh. There we go. And I'm putting you in charge of the most important thing is at the very end, giving out some prizes. Now, why did I pick this wonderful person for prizes instead of me? Because if I don't pick your card, you get mad at me. If he doesn't pick your card, then forever you can be mad at him. Takes a little bit of the pressure off. Can you handle that pressure? Okay, you get $100,000 just for doing that later, and you get $100,000 for the thing, so we're good. In order to give out prizes, I need everybody to take out a business card and pass it to the inside of the aisle. Now wait, for those of you who are sitting there saying, oh, I don't have a business card, we have extra blank ones for you to fill out. So we will, oh my gosh, did I know how prepared you would be? Yes. Is there anybody who also needs a pen? Really? Only one person in your goodie bag from the expo hall they gave you. Okay, I'm going to put the two gentlemen in charge of passing out. Just put a stack down and pass them through so that they can fill those out. Thank you. So we'll come back to that. Where's my one person without a pen? Now I want you to know you have to give to get, so you have to give me your name really loud. Don Ellis. You're kidding me, aren't you? By the way, Don doesn't know we were probably related. My former married, before I got married, was Sheryl Ellis, so we better check up. Really? That's really cool. Now you're all going to be jealous that you didn't say that you needed a pen, because if Don can figure out why this pen is so special, besides it can write any color you can imagine. Name a color, Don. Red. Everybody see? Blow on it. That wasn't a real great blow on that, but ready? Watch this, Don. Did that pen not write red? R-E-D. I'm sorry. I do a lot of birthday party seminars also. But, Don, I'll give you till the end to figure out why this is magical for real. He'll be playing with that. When you do, just stand up and say, I got it, I got it. Okay, so we have extra cards coming around. How many people are on Twitter? Show of hands. Hands all go up. I hope that you already hit pound Sheryl Goff and said, I'm sitting in the most amazing session. Right? Those tweets are going. There will be prizes for tweets. Hint. You want the more tweets, the more prizes. The other thing is Bowl Expo is pound Bowl Expo. Now here's the tough part. Is it 13? Half the people said just Bowl Expo, half said... Okay, let's change that. Add the number 13 afterwards. I took a vote and Bowl Expo won Bowl 13 over that. I'm going to steal this for a moment. The toughest part, since we're all into going green and protecting the environment, everyone should have a nice little trifold. That's what this is. It's a piece of paper folded in thirds. You get to open it up and take all of your golden notes on here. And the reason why I point this out is because there's a box on the right side. That box is for you to put your action plan at the end of the seminar. Because I know you're going to want to take... Whose did I borrow? There. Thank you so much. The last thing, and I'm going to have to call on a very wonderful person. Michelle, can you please stand up? No, stand. Let them all say hi. Everybody say hi, Michelle. Michelle made my day. This morning when I was getting my Diet Coke, which was really Diet Pepsi, sorry, I thought it was a different thing, she said to me, that card that you gave us last year is pinned to my bulletin board. What this card is that everybody should have, it says striking thoughts. On the back, there's a spot for you to put your top 3 ideas from the seminar. Now I'm going to tell you why I do this little card, and I don't do it for every conference. At the end, if you're like me, and I usually hold a sign, hi, my name's Sheryl. I'm a seminaraholic. So I go to as many seminars as I can. I would get back, they'd go into this big stack of paper. Then the invoices would go on top. Then the staff schedule went on top. And before I knew it, it was buried down at the bottom. So what I do for very special groups, I do not do this for every group. And didn't you tell me you also saved yours? Thank you. Did you do the action plan on the back? Oh, you get $100,000. Thank you, thank you. Anybody else from last year did that? I'm going to have to hand out a lot of $100,000. So here's what happens. You fill in your name, and don't put Y-O-U-R-N-A-M-E, because the postmaster turns it back to me and says, who's your name? Please do not put my address, because in 2 weeks when I go to mail this, they all come back to me. You should be putting your name and your address on this little side. All this group needs, right? You didn't get? Oh, can you grab possibly? For smiles? You want more smiles? So anybody who does not have a striking thought, just hold your hand up and they'll be passing them out. No, not the free smiles. They already have those. They want... We'll make sure you get these. It really is a great little tool that when you're back, you can now go through and put down and know that I will actually mail these to you 2 to 3 weeks after you're back. Now here's the second part of it. Yes? Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't hear that. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So here's the best part about this. After you fill this card out and you get it back, your job is to actually do at least 1 or 2 of the items on this list. Unless you're like the gentleman, and I'm sorry it was a guy, I'm not picking on him, who was at another conference, who for 3 years dodged me. I kept saying, what did I ever do to him that made him so upset? Finally, on the 4th year, I was going to confront him. I was just going to go right up to him and say, why are you not talking to me? Did you not like my seminar? Was there something I called you out on and made you participate? This man came running up to me the 4th year and gave me the biggest hug I've ever had. And I said, wow, I thought you were mad at me. He said, no, I just knew you were going to ask me about that card, and I didn't do anything for at least 2 or 3 years, but I made $80,000 from one of the ideas off that card, and you're now the person I give credit to. So, are we all set? Any questions before we go? Okay, the last thing on this wonderful screen. You should all have this piece of paper, also known as a survey. Please note that they send all of these surveys to my mom. Okay, you think BPAA really wants them? No. They send them to my mom saying, this is what your daughter did. Did she get perfect scores, or does she need to have a little talking to? Now, their form has all the bad scores on the far right. So please don't assume that those are excellent. If you like all the excellents, they're on the left-hand side. So you can go ahead and fill those out right now, and then we could end the session. No, I'm kidding. But if they're not perfect, the guy at the door is not letting you out. That's what he told me. I bribed him with $100,000. Our clicker's not working. There's a reason why the clicker wasn't working. Forgot to put it in. Sorry about that. Look at that. So here are a couple of excuses that I hear as I go around the country / world presenting, which is, that won't work for us. And I will challenge anybody in this room at the end of this session, if you have not found an idea that you can take and adapt and modify to fit your particular needs. There are big centers in here, there are small centers, there are hybrids, there are FECs, there are all leagues, there are no leagues. Your job is to take what I give you and tweak it just a little bit to make it your own. Now please give this gentleman a big round of applause. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I like it. The front of the room wasn't sure why they were applauding, but they did what I told them. Thank you. He's bringing more chairs for everybody in the back. I will have to add a little footnote saying BYOC, bring your own chair. See, that's the early birds get that. Here we go. Why will it not work? People tell me we have no budget. Whether you have no budget or a little budget, there are things that I'm going to give you that cost nothing. For example, how much did it cost for that free smile? Nothing. Raise your hand if you're going to go back and hand out free smiles. Really? Only a dozen? Let me do it again. This side of the room's not paying attention. How many people on this side of the room are going to go back and hand out free smiles? Now all the hands go up. I'm sweating that one a little bit. The manager or owner doesn't like contests. They don't like us singling people out. That's not a really great excuse. You're not singling them out. You're motivating them. You're firing them up. You're getting them really excited. I had one owner say to me, but I pay him a salary. I pay him an hourly rate. I said, yes, you do, but would you sooner them sell all of your things, or do you want them sitting behind that counter doing absolutely nothing? Thankfully, he said, I want them out selling. We're too small to run a contest, or we don't have a formal reward program. Before we get too far in, how many people have a formal reward and recognition program at this moment? Raise your hand. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, guys. Let's go. Oh, thank you. 4, 5. When I say raise your hand, you kind of have to do it so I can see. Ready? If you have a formal reward and recognition, raise your hand. Actually, you know what? Stand up. Here's what we'll do. Stand up, please. Could be worth $100,000. Come on, stand up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all have great reward and recognition programs. Wait. Everybody stare at them for a minute, because after I'm done, you're going to want to find them and make sure you learn more about theirs. See, it's not just about me. It's helping out everybody else. Then I heard Bruce Jenner saying he's right. The minds that are in this room are brilliant. They're amazing. So I like when you share different ideas. Here's what I call the circle of successful staffing. And I like circles. Things go around. Bowling balls are circular. Golf balls are circular. Everybody in this room, I'm sure, does a phenomenal job. And by the way, can everybody in the back see this? Excellent. You do a great job recruiting. Then you do a good job interviewing. Some people do a great job interviewing. Some people do the audition process, which I love, even though I said I learned how to do it in college, which was just a few years ago. When in the bio, when he said that I've been doing this for over 25 years, I saw people counting. 25 years plus when she got... I started when I was 5. Therefore, how old am I? 30. I love you. Oh, that was great. Yeah, I wish, but that's okay. So we do a great job of onboarding, I hope, and a great job of training. Where we seem to drop the ball at a lot of locations is the R&R, the rewards and recognition. Even if they're everyday staff, even if they're salaried employees, they need to be recognized. And we're going to tell you a lot of great ways to do that. So I put the right side as the hiring and the engaging part. If you want them to really have service excellence and motivating, you're going to have to do those rewards and recognition. And then you'll hear me say all too often, happy staff, happy guest, and for all the owners in this room, the last part is always happy profits. We like those profits. If your staff are cranky, I'm telling you, your guests will turn into cranky guests. They don't like to be upset. They like, wow, they like those people really making them all sorts of happy. And I'm not saying give it away for free. Do not think it's all for free or for discount. I'm not that type of person. I was known to be called a rioter. So if you can't remember that little circle, remember the word riot. Recruit, interview, onboard, train, energize, and then, of course, reward and recognition. There is no silver bullet. I got thrown out of Dale Carnegie. True story. Because they kept me after the class and they said, why are you here? And I'm like, I want the pixie dust. I want that silver, bless you, I want that silver bullet. There is no such thing. You really do need hard dedication, work, a plan. And I heard Bruce Jenner say it at least a dozen times. You need goals. You need specific goals, and we're going to talk about those goals. And I'm going to tell you a lot of the things I did early on that were a disaster. I did a couple programs that I thought were such a great idea, and I'll tell you why they bombed. Now I know. So learn from my mistakes. M&Ms. Who doesn't like M&Ms? Raise your hand. Good. Okay, perfect. Who can tell me how many M&Ms were on that screen? 200. I don't know the answer. That's the truth. I was going to let you guess for a while. It reminded me, however, of two things. One is I ran a contest with my staff. I filled a candy jar full of M&Ms, put it on the counter, and I wanted them to ask each guest, would you please guess how many M&Ms that we can do this contest? None of the guests were doing it. So then I got smart and I said, here's what we're going to do. Every employee is going to put their name, actually their initial, on the card, so I know how many you handed out and how many got turned in. All of a sudden, the program started to get momentum. But the M&Ms come in for many, many reasons. The contest was a disaster. For those of you who have ever run it, you probably know better than I did then, I was really young, that when you put this candy jar on your counter, yeah, okay, stop laughing. You better make sure it's taped, triple taped, and sealed again. The 875 M&Ms ended up being about 172 or something. I said, guys, what happened? Well, each person said, well, I took a couple. Well, I took a couple. I learned if I'm going to run the M&M contest again, that I better leave a bag of M&Ms under the counter for the staff. I learned to tape it. And anybody in the military, what do? You put your initials on it. Stolen from. Okay, well, I just put my initials. I said, if that seal is broken, I will now know, because it will have that thing. So we worked out the details of that. We got a lot more people into our loyalty and rewards program, and it started to take off. So my trickiest question of the day, put it up twice. Were there any pink M&Ms on that screen? No? Show of hands, any pink M&Ms? No. Guys, what's this? That is not orange, it's pink. There is one little pink M&M in there. And that one little pink M&M reminded me, what do you mean there's another one? There's only one. I double-checked this. We need the house lights down, I guess. That one little pink M&M reminded me that every little detail to a sales contest or a reward program has to be looked at. So now you'll just be thinking, oh my God, she just thinks about M&Ms all the time. The last part of the M&Ms, your staff, for some reason, does a lot better when they have chocolate. So it's true. It's true. I used to keep chocolate on my desk. It would be gone by the next day. But they like to have M&Ms. So I would walk around handing M&Ms out for great achievements. My favorite saying, what gets measured gets changed. What gets rewarded gets done. If you don't measure it, you can't change it. And if you don't reward change, it won't happen. It is so simple, just those 3 key lines. In the beginning, I didn't know I had to measure every little thing. I just said, hey, we're going to run a sales contest, and they're going to do it, and it's going to be great. Oh, I didn't measure how many, what day, what time. So, my early mistakes. How many people have ever tried just doing it as an individual contest? You know, the person who gets the most league bowlers gets a $50 gift card. You did that. Okay. I did it too. And what I found is that towards the end of the contest period, these 2 people up here are really good friends. Roger turns and said, I'm never going to win. I'm just going to give you all mine, and then you win and we split it. I get $25, you get $25. I'm like, oh. Okay, so from that one little mistake, he always catches me in the middle of talking. Shocking that I talked. I'm going to wait, pause. So, thank you. As compared to usually when they're like, what was she saying all that time? So the other thing that I learned is when I divided the staff, even a staff of only 8 for this one project, and said 4 on this team, 4 on that team, and it became a team activity. They encouraged each other. So that was the first trick that I learned, is put them onto teams. The second part, which was even more important, is if you don't have an individual goal tied to a team goal, then it will fail, because we did this great contest. And in this contest, 4 individuals made their number. Our sales were only up 3% from that contest because it wasn't tied to an overall goal. So we all have to hit the team goal first to get rewarded for the individual goals. Good? Excellent. Make whatever the program, contest, or reward is, make it fun. Has to be a win-win. And whatever you do, don't let them create all the prizes. They want a cruise ship. They want a week in Bermuda. They come up with all interesting things. One guy wanted to know why I wasn't giving out a car. So for my next contest, I said to him, that's exactly right. Absolutely. Tell him, what did I tell him? I said, what car would you like? And what did he say to me? He wanted a cute little Jaguar. I found a Matchbox Jaguar. And I taped it to the $50 gift certificate. So I said to him, you're getting your car, and I'm getting to make sure that the contest works. The best programs are often the most simplistic, but the most important. They get promoted all the time. I walk into a client's office that I've worked up this great promotion. I say, so how's it going? And they're like, it's okay. I'll ask each team member, I said, did you Put in your cards, well, nobody reminded me. I forgot. We were doing birthday parties. The lane broke down. They gave me all these. It has to be promoted on a regular basis. So whatever it is, get everybody excited about it. My top 10 tips. Reward good work. Sounds pretty simple. Make each employee feel special and a part of your team. Create with your team a formal rewards and recognition program. It will work so much better if you say, we're going to have this nice little huddle, and I'm going to throw out some ideas, you're going to throw out some ideas, and then you're going to tell me what you like, what you don't like. If they don't buy into your rewards and recognition, it won't work. It won't work. And when it comes time to celebrate, celebrate in a big way. We're going to talk about later on what motivates each individual. You've got to show them that you care and catch them all the time doing something great. I had one guy said, you always catch me doing the wrong thing. I said, wait a minute, I've been watching this videotape for the last hour. There was not one right thing he did, from giving away a free soda to, so it's not that. But there are some people that just bad timing, you catch them at the wrong time. Look for the good and always find ways to energize their team. So who traveled, speaking of energizing, who traveled the furthest to come here this session? Where's the furthest distance? How far? Florida? Can anybody be Florida? South Florida. How far? Upstate New York. I'm geographically challenged. You'll have to tell me about the same. All right, so far it's Florida. Yes? I think Japan wins. Big round of applause. See that? I'm just... Here you go. Watch this. Ready? Now, by the way, I have a son who is on all-star baseball team. He begged me, never throw anything, Mom. I've watched your throwing. But I'm really... Oh, ready? Sorry. I'm not that bad. Up and over, and look, he got it. Where my New York and Florida person? There you go. I'm not going to try for that far back, but if it doesn't make it... Oh! I got there. That was for over in that direction. Sorry about that. Well, I got everybody awake, though. Okay. Wild pitch. That's exactly it. I like that. Oh, I'm stealing that one. Wild pitch. So let's talk a teeny little bit about things you can recognize. Because it's not just about the sales, and it's not just about hardcore things. Perfect attendance. How much would that save you if you weren't constantly calling and trying to get, I see heads going up and down. By the way, if you email me, I have this really cool, fun bingo game that I play called the Excuse Bingo. Called I got a flat tire, my mother took my keys, my grandmother died again. Oh, it's fun for the managers. I'll share that with anybody. It is fun. And you know what? We can all laugh about it, but the one child who turned to me and said, yeah, my grandma died again. I said, it's sunny and 85 degrees. I know he's going to the beach. I said, wait a minute. I looked at my record. I said, do you have 4 grandmothers? He's like, maybe. I said, well, all 4 passed away in the last 3 weeks. So keeping them on their toes. Being on time. How much would it save you in stress and aggravation if they were all on time? Some little improvements, superior guest service. Safety is a really good one. I took a walk around this room and I saw that there are people that might get this. There's some people that won't, but my favorite one, the Spotless Award. I call that the Felix and Oscar Award. You know what Felix and Oscar, right? Okay. For those of you who don't, one's really neat, one's really messy. Okay. And you know who I'm talking about at your center. And it's not just area spotless, it's the supplies fully stocked. You know, it could be spotless, but then everything's empty. There are no pens, there are no extra wipes or anything else. Here's some really quick, low cost to no cost. You need $100,000. We'll get you one. No cost rewards. A VIP parking spot. Really simple. Just give them a spot that's close to the front door, and they get that spot for 2 weeks. It could be a month, whenever you want to do it. Employee of the week, it works best, at least I have found, when you're not the person picking employee of the week. Let your team pick the employee of the week. Simple high fives. If you have a newsletter or an e-news or anything you put out, putting their name in saying, hey, this is who's made it 120 days in a row for perfect attendance. They're getting an extra bonus because I wasn't having to go crazy for that. Thank you notes, it's an old-fashioned thing. My mom would be so proud. besides your nice grades. But the thank you notes, that you actually send them a handwritten thank you note. Of course, these kids will say, could you text it to me or tweet it at me, or could you possibly just, send me a Facebook message. Oh, and trade out tickets. Hopefully everybody knows that everybody loves to go bowling. So you go over and you say to Six Flags, your staff wants to bowl, my staff wants to go to Six Flags. My staff wants to go have dinner at the local pub restaurant, and you do quick trade outs. What does that cost you out of pocket? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Wow. A little louder next time. Nothing. Some more recognitions. Having a traveling trophy where you can put whatever the competition is and everybody's name goes on it. A simple bulletin board that not you have to worry about doing. Let them put up the bulletin board. There's a kid that works for you that just had a perfect game. By the way, people always ask me, how come you're called Sheryl Golf? And why are you speaking at Bowl Expo? And I tell them it's really simple. My bowling score and my golf score are exactly the same. I can bowl a 120 and I can shoot a 120 on the course. Neither are really good. But I had to tell everybody, I was so excited when I did this one real fun activity. I said, who's had a 300 game in bowling? And they were doing the activity, and nobody, I said, come see me. Like, you got a 300 game? I said, yes, I did. It only took me 3 games, but I had a 300 after those 3. Oh, okay, here we go. So, more rewards. Cash is not always king. The trips, you can do small trips. I have the smallest client I work with just did a trade out for a whitewater rafting trip. Her whole team was so excited that they were going to get to go with the boss whitewater rafting. A day off with pay. This does not always work so well. My true story, learned from my example. I went up to one of my managers who had been with me for 10 years. I thought I knew him better than anything. And I won't use his name, even though he's not here, but I said to him, you get the day off on Friday. It's going to be a busy day, but you were amazing. You've worked so hard. He went like this. He had his hands. And he walked away. I said, what did I do? So I kept asking everybody, what's up with George? What's up with, there goes his name. What's up with George? Don't ever tell him I threw him under the bus like that. They're like, you gave him the day off on Friday. I said, with pay. Oh yeah, he knows. I said, so what did I do wrong? So finally one of my informants took me aside and said, hey boss, George is really, really upset because you not only gave him the day off, but now he's stuck at home with his wife and his kids. And I said, okay, I can fix this. P.S., by the way, what I did not know 2 years later is George got divorced. So there was a reason why he did not want to be home with the wife and with the crazy run-around kids. But when I went up to George and I said, George, I may have misunderstood what the prize was. You have your choice. I'm changing it. Would you like the day off with pay, or would you like to work this Friday and I will pay you double? He goes, I am so working this Friday. Like, what were you thinking about that? And then he was happy the rest of the day. But that was my fault for not realizing. Whether you do little mints that say you rock, thanks, little things. How to say thank you. This is McDonald's. They didn't even give me permission to use this picture. I kind of borrowed it off the internet. But I was looking for a really cool McDonald's drive-thru and I didn't find it. Who wants to be a volunteer for $100,000? No, for a pen. Did you figure out the pen? You really didn't figure out the pen. Oh my gosh, I have to help. Is there something else besides, look. Oh, he figured it out. The pen unravels. It's a secret message. You don't need a decoder ring. It's really very basic. It's really for your party host. It gives them all these words. And then 25 games they can play with the kids while they're waiting for the pizza that's never on time. Okay. Only at my facility was the pizza never on time. I know at everybody else's it's delivered on time and there are no problems. So, who wants to be my volunteer? Ooh, pick me. Come on. Really? Come on up. And this is really brave. He doesn't even know what he's really volunteering for. Look, you get $100,000 and see, for $100,000 I can get anybody up here. $100,000 and a pen. Look at that. Are you ready? Big round of applause. Wait. You have to know what you're doing yet. Are you ready? You sure? I want you to thank me for doing a good job today.
Sheryl, I can't tell you how much. Thank you. You were great with those people. You did a fantastic job in answering those questions. In such a short time, you had them saying, I want to come back for more.
Big round of applause. That was awesome. Amazing. Thank you. That was fabulous.
Now wait. Now ask me if I do that.
Or are you like this? Are you ready? And it's Gene, right? Okay. So Gene's coming in, and he goes, hey, Gene, great job. And just keeps walking because he's in such a hurry to get to the next thing and has to go put out another. Okay, I just wanted to wake everybody up. Did it work? Ooh, I can't do that again. But Gene was very honest that too often we're in such a rush. It's like, hey, great job. The great job does not mean as much to me as what Gene said of the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Who? Sheryl, you did a great job with the kids. What were you doing? You were playing. I forgot what you said. I was so excited. It was so good. What else did you tell me?
That was it. Last long time ago.
See, it's not just me.
I'm already past and walking the next corner. No, but basically you want to acknowledge what they did, give them the positive affirmation, and that way, because what will happen is, and I'm very guilty of this, I am the worst one to give praise.
But after this seminar, he's going to be the best.
No, right? I'm not. I'll be better.
Okay, the guy in the back's going to be the best, I can tell.
No, but what you have to do is, because when you spot them, they're going to say, hey, later on they'll say, okay, he's not always going to yell at me. And
exactly.
that's the biggest thing.
Thank you. You can stay up here. No, he was doing great. I was going to say, here, wait, let me put the next slide. You can go. Ready? So what I want you to remember is it's not a drive-through where speed is the most important thing. It's really the stop, answer the who, what, when, where, why, and how, so that they know that you're looking. And by the way, when you're doing it, please don't look down and say, so, Filippo, you did a great job today, and I needed to get the carpet shampooed. That eye contact is vital. How many people have a tough time getting their staff to look at the guest and engage and talk? All hands should be going up. Okay, let me rephrase it. I've been in a lot of your centers when you're not there. Okay, how many people think their staff make great eye contact and talk to every guest? No hands. How many people would like their staff to do that? All hands should go up. All right, there we go. Here's a Sheryl trick. I had a couple, on the shy side, staff members that worked with me. And the only way I could get them to actually make eye contact is I said, here's your challenge. At the end of the day, you have to tell me how many guests have blue eyes, how many have brown, how many have hazel, and don't forget the funky contact pink girls that are out there. There's always one, because somebody would say, what if they have pink eyes? I'm like, send them to the doctor. Oh, pink eye, yeah, I like that. Send them to the doctor. But it was just one way to get them to start engaging. You win. Scratch and wins. How many people have ever scratched off a lottery ticket? Everybody, except for me. I did it at a seminar at Bowl Expo a couple years ago with fun ones, and some lady stood up and screamed that she won $1 million. She hadn't read, this is a game, this is for fun, and I got into big trouble. So no more lottery tickets for this group. It's all about fun. But scratch and wins that say either good job, you're a superstar, way to go. Here's a card that I created called the STAR program. That star is actually a scratch-off. But you want to put their name, you got caught, what they were doing. For those people in the back who can't see, I'll read the bottom part, which is, you're a superstar. Thanks for caring and creating an outstanding experience for our guest. And on the back of the card, or a separate program, you can do the Bravo. Bravo, you got caught. And it lists all the things I want them getting caught. Creating a special memory, exceeding expectations, recognizing a birthday child, making sure a guest was safe. All the things that you want to track are on there. Then I went the next step, just for this session. I created what's called, and you can all have this. I don't want to create a frenzy, but I have extra copies of blank ones, not the scratch-offs. The bowling ball is the scratch-off area. And the scratch-off is either for a free spin on a prize wheel or a $10 gift certificate. They're all different prizes that you can preset. But the X program, get it? X like a strike? Okay, I want to make sure we're all on the same there. The X program, thanks for the extra attention. And then I listed my top 5: an extra special welcome, extraordinary service, exceeding guest expectations or their experience. You're an example team member. Or more important to me, especially during those holidays, prom weekends, and some of the really tough days to fill the shifts, like when the college kids are all going back to school without reminding you the right times and days, it's for picking up those extra shifts. If you like this program, round of applause. Wow. You can pick up sample copies when the session's over. You don't even have to wait for it to be uploaded online. But take it to that next step. One thing is to scratch and win. The next thing is I actually have them turn their cards in. We take the card and we pin it up on a bulletin board. This is a brand new one from a friend of mine. He's doing a Smiles program where they're going to pin the card up so people can see it. Why do I believe in pinning these cards up and letting everybody know who's winning? Louder. It motivates. Thank you. It motivates everybody else. Hold on one second. Are you ready to catch? Yes.
Would you put that for employees on the seat or employees and customers?
I typically keep mine in the employee area. I have a different board for the customer. Good. Look, he's up to 200 grand, folks. 200 grand. I don't want to say anything. Little pressure. Where's that question? Input. I don't know. No 100 grands. I'm watching. So making sure that they are all getting recognized. But you shared. Aw, that was one more. She really was supposed to earn that. But it's all, she did. She said, please, can I have your chocolate? It's all about making that team part of it. But what I did once these were up on the board is at the end when you do an employee activity, whether it's a holiday party, whether it's a mid-season burn out the blues, we're going to go all out and take everybody out for dinner. I took all of those cards off the board. I put them into a barrel to roll it around like they do for the $1,000,000 or $100,000 makeover. And we would pick out extra prizes. So the more cards you had, the greater your chances of winning were. So now I've taken a recognition program and just built on it and built on it and built on it. Okay, make it personal. Going back to my friend George. If you only knew how many times I've talked about him in the last year. I created, after my little incident with George, what's called my favorite things. So when I hire a new employee, whether it's part-time, whether it's full-time, they complete a my favorite things. It says, would you prefer a day off or would you like extra pay? Would you like, what's your favorite ice cream? Would you like a gift certificate, cash, or all these different questions so I know what is so personal to them. If I'm going to their favorite restaurant, I'm going to pick up an extra gift card and say, you know what, when they do an awesome job, I'm going to use it. Then I had what I called my little prize drawer, where I threw all my trade outs in, and I would just open it up and I'd say, congratulations, you did a great job today, come on back and pick, and let them pick. So that they had their choice of what prize they won. I have a client who's put theirs into a prize booklet that they have a little 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It folds over and it lists all the prizes that they have for that month. So kids know what's available and they work harder to win at those different contests. Here's a little restaurant. Early on in my career, I was working with a dear friend who I will remain nameless in the Virginia area. And I said to him, why can't you build your database? He said, oh, those kids, they won't ask anybody for their business card. I said, what do you mean they won't ask them? I said, you've been in business 7 years. You only have 500 names in your database. That's embarrassing for me. We need to build up your VIP loyalty program. We went through the whole thing. I said, I'll make you a deal. I guarantee you I will get 500 names within the next 30 days. He laughed at me. I said, now, we're friends. You should not be laughing this hard. He said, go ahead. Let's see you do it. I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to tell them their initial goes on the card, the person with the most. I laid out the whole thing. I had a perfect system. We had an initial goal. We had a reach goal. We had Team A, we had Team B, so I learned from all my earlier mistakes. Well, I left. They were all psyched. They got 70 cards the first day. I'm gone for a week. I called back. How are we doing? He goes, we're up to 80 cards. I said, wait a minute. When I left, we had 70. Now we're up to 80. Math tells you that's only 10 more cards. Okay, what happened? Well, he was supposed to put a chart. A whiteboard is your best friend. A chart in the back or a piece of poster board. Team A, Team B, how many they had. He forgot. I said, did your manager every morning during morning huddle tell them, don't forget the... Well, we kind of forgot that too. So all the things, if they're not all in place, it won't work. So I sent an email every day reminding the manager. As soon as that board went up, it became a competition. Guess how many emails they collected for $100,000? Guess how many emails they collected in 30 days? Oh, he won 1,000. That was really quick, 1,000. Big round of applause for him. How many people in this room would like to grow your database by 1,000 people in 30 days? Everybody. And you know what? In other seminars where I talk about marketing more than here, I say data or die. If you don't have the biggest list, the most loyalty people, there are great, phenomenal loyalty programs out there. If you're not using them, you're hurting yourself and you're costing yourself sales. So I just like this. Everybody's laughing, but if their dream is to bowl with a polar bear, just like with the car, figure out a way to make it happen. I don't care if you have to rent a mascot costume and show up as a polar bear, but make it so that it's fun and they enjoy it. Here's some sales things that you can monitor. The most new league bowlers, the most junior bowlers, the most birthday party booked in one day, 1 week, the most loyalty. Here are my favorite to turn into sound dollars. These are things that everybody can make more money with. Increasing your database. How many people in the room do birthday parties? Show of hands. All hands up. Okay, how many people sell almost 50% of their birthday parties goodie bags? 1, 2, maybe 3. Okay, guys, hands up at 50%. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 out of 150. You're leaving money on the table. If you get your party host and the people at the desk into a competition, into a fun little thing, who can sell the most goodie bags? The day of the event, moms are like, oh, I forgot all about that. Found money right to your bottom line. Of course, then there's always the task. Somebody has to either make the goodie bags, well, we've all done that, or order them, make your life easy. So, simple little things. If you're doing a special event, who can sell the most tickets to the event? If they're not talking the event up, you're never going to get people at your event. If you're doing a July 4th event, and I'm working that counter, and I know that that's the contest, I know that I have to ask everyone, did you sign up for our July 4th event? Oh, and as I answer the phone, thank you for calling the bowling center. This is Sheryl. We're having the most amazing 4th of July event. Can I put your name on the VIP list? Get them into the part that they're all your sales team. Even if you only have 3 people working in your center, all 3 are out there selling for you all the time. So here's the technical stuff. I had nothing else. You don't have to write these down, by the way. Watch this. Ready? I'm going to skip for a minute. At the end, you will get that. It'll be posted up, and I have extra copies up front. So don't start writing in a frenzy. But basically, everybody's heard the expression SMART goals. Well, I like to take it to make it smarter goals. When you run a contest or a reward system, SMART, simple and specific. The more specific you get, the less people say, well, was that for every business card? Or is it just for business cards that aren't in the system? So you have to think it through. Specific goals. How many do you really want to hit? Because your goal may be, I want 500 new business cards so that we can book corporate events. To you, that's an acceptable number. To a high schooler, hey, I got 10 cards. That's a lot of cards in a month. So you have to tell them what you're thinking. You think that they're really as smart as we are, but they sometimes don't realize what we're looking at. Make sure the rules are exact and fair. It can't be, this comes into play when somebody says, well, she works 40 hours and she works 20, so how do we even it out? And they're on the prime shift, I'm on the off-peak shift. That's when the team approach comes in. So if they're on teams, everybody's got those shifts covered. Question? No questions. We're doing great. I have a lot of $100,000 that are not going back. Measurable. Can you track it? You know that if they're putting those cards in or if they're doing something specific, you can track it, even if you don't have a great POS system. Approval. You not only need the approval of the owner, the general manager, everybody has to have buy-in. Those part-time employees have to buy into it also. If they don't buy into it, they're not going to participate. And just by, we said earlier, asking them. Realistic goals. Another one of my learn from my mistakes. So we're in our meeting. It's Thursday afternoon. Say, we're going to do this holiday promotion. Here are our numbers from last year. What do you think we can do this year? And they're all throwing numbers out, and everybody's saying, oh, well, we can get this many breakfast with Santas, and we can get this many corporate. And I'm thinking, are you looking at the same numbers that I'm looking at? Guys, that's more than triple what we did last year. You have to bring them down and get them into a realistic number, because if they can't make every contest number, they're just going to give up. So we took it down to a more realistic. Challenge is good, but the impossible is not. So make sure that it's something that everybody can work within. And believe me, when they come up with the numbers and then you cut them in half, like, oh, of course we can make that. And you're like, that's not so hard. What are you worried about? So simple things. Time. We didn't always set whether some of them for daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly. Or as you saw that new X program, that can be for multiple months. You can put it out, you can take it back. Not all contests have to work for a short period. Some can be really long. You decide what your team needs. I find the quick 1, 2, 3 in and out ones, which I'll show you a couple in a minute. Oh, and by the way, determine the appropriate time of year. You don't want to say we need to book summer league bowlers when there's snow on the ground and you haven't filled your winter league yet. Determine the right time to be the most successful. Excitement. You are not the only person. If you're the only one excited about it, get each person on the team to have a spirit person. They're in charge of firing everybody up. They're going to get out and send a text saying, hey, the Daredevils just beat us by 5 yesterday. Who forgot to ask for the cards? They will push their friends more than you could ever push them. So let them get involved. And then we get to the R, the rewards and recognition. We talked earlier about individual versus team prizes, making it meaningful to that individual, matching the challenge. This one, ouch. I've watched facilities who put out these great programs, and then I come back, and they say, well, why aren't you excited about it? We never got our prize. I said, what? They said, we never got our prize. We don't want to do the next one. So I have to go to the GM and said, what happened to the prize? Oh, I'll do it next week. I said, oh, no. We're going to do it today while I'm here. Everybody's going to get together at the end of the shift. We're going to be all excited, and we're going to... Publicly is really, really good. Get them fired up. But you have to reward them quickly, or they won't. They're like little kids. A little kid does something wrong. If you forget to tell them they did it wrong, and wait till 2 weeks and say, by the way, when you did that, that was a really bad thing. And they're like, did what? So you have to stay on top of them. Remember at the end, if you'd like one, there are copies up front of this whole quick chart. And here's, is there a way that the lights can go down a little? I don't think so, but everybody's played bingo. So here's a bowling bingo card. Just like I said, there's the excuse one, where you list what you want them to accomplish, whether it's book 2 kids for a kids bowl free, whether it's your VIP club, whether it's someone, that's guest cards, and kids for camp. There are lots of different things that you can add to it. Make it fun, make it challenging. Here's a Triple Crown question for you. How many people in this room have been to more than 3 sessions with me in the last 5 years? Please stand up. Wow. Please come down. Uh-oh. What do you mean, uh-oh? It's a good thing. These are from the jewelry store. These are not just online. I am presenting you with a Triple Crown pin. Big round of applause. Simple. These, by the way, you can get pins, you can get ribbons, you can do all sorts of things. I'm going to award a pin for anybody who's put out 3 tweets today. One for Bowl Expo that you're here. Come on down. The 2 people, please come down. You think you're tweeting her right now? See how nice introduction. There we go. Thank you very, very much. Big round of applause. I know you were. Okay. I do have a lot more prizes and a lot more things. The next part is my favorite part, is to open it up to you, the audience. You have amazing knowledge. You're doing some great things. Who has a program that they can share with the group? And I think I have a pass-around mic. I'm going to let you bring it to whoever. Who has a program to share for not a Triple Crown, but you're going to get a top 10 also, similar. Jewel. No, but there you go. Look, there's a hand all the way in the back. He just wants to make you walk all the way in the back. Please say your name and your facility, and I'll come bring you your...
Hi, Chris from Town and Country Lanes in Gilliland, New York.
Fellow New Yorker, New Jersey.
Most of our employees bowl. I'm sure most of your employees bowl. So we did a program in our houses. We have 4 houses in upstate. If you bring in a new bowler to a league, we'll pay one of your league nights.
Wow.
So if you bowl in a league, we'll pay your dues for that night for every new bowler you bring in. So we've had guys bring in 32 bowlers, get their whole season paid
Big
for.
round of applause for that. A great idea.
If you bring in a league, which is a 32-night league, we'll pay your bowling for the entire time you're employed by us.
Wow, big round of applause. I love it. Thank you. And $100,000. Here you go, Tracy. He's going to bring you the mic so that everybody can hear your question. One moment, please. We love questions. He just knows he gets $100,000, and he's been sitting there. He's like, I need that chocolate fix. Ask your question. Please give your name and your center first.
My name is Matthew Wood. I'm from the Mousetrap Bowling Alley in New Jersey. I was just wondering if that includes just the lineage or as the prize fund as well.
Oops. Here's your $100,000 for that question. Next. Good catch, bad throw. That side missed that. It's okay. And she's writing a note, so I'm really spared.
Okay.
You're good. It was fine. Nothing.
My name's Karen from Cordova Bowling Center in Memphis, Tennessee. On that, is there a stipulation that the person has to participate in this league so long to be like a full member, or is it sub? I mean,
They have to bowl the whole season. You can't bowl one night.
It's great. It's almost like having an entire army of marketing. And I tell people when they tell me, I can't get this program to go, or I said, you have a staff of 28. In my opinion, I looked at the schedule. I said, I see 28 marketing people. Of those 28, are you challenging them? Who can go out and find us a fundraiser? Who can go out and find us a new league? Who can find a senior bowler, a junior bowler? Everybody knows somebody. You just have to ask them. Who else has a program to share? This group has not had $100,000. I'm just pointing out, she's got a Triple Crown pin and no $100,000. Uh-oh, what happened up here? He's volunteering you again? Did he volunteer? It's your brother. No, you never let brother, sister. Come on, Jason, I'll even give you my mic. Hey, I want to hear your program. Oh, like I said, it has to be family PG rated. I learned that the first time I did group auditions. We'll bring the mic right back. I did group auditions, and one of the activities I did with the group was tell a joke or sing a song. And we did great up to like the 28th person. The guy on number 29 told a joke that I blushed. And I used to work in the men's locker room, so it takes a lot for me to blush. So I learned to make sure you say it has to be rated PG. Great. All the way in the back.
Hi. We do a Vegas league, and so we do a competition with our staff that if they sign up the most teams for the Vegas league, then they get their own trip to Vegas as well.
So if they repeat that one more time up front.
So if they sign up the most amount of teams for the league, out of everybody on staff, then they get their own trip to Vegas.
Wow.
On us.
How far away are you from Vegas?
We're in Colorado. Chippers Lanes.
Wow. Okay, excellent. Any questions before we go too far? I'll let you stay with the mic with her. Thank you. And $100,000. Do you have a question? There's another league over there. Another.
Sarah Brunn from Duncan, Oklahoma. I actually have two. The first one is we got our kids involved for our youth program because when we came into the bowling center, I think we had 5 kids. And it was down from 43 when the previous owner. And so what we told the kids to do was if they got a friend to come and bowl the whole season, they would get a free bowling ball at the end of the season. And I think we gave 1 ball away, but it just got the kids involved and, get them to spread the word about the youth program. And then the second thing we do is called a practice pot. And the bowling center puts in $10 every week. And if our league bowlers come in and practice during open play, they have to pay for it. We put their names in the book, and then we draw 1 name every week. And if the bowler that we draw didn't practice, it carries over. And I think it carried over to almost $400 one time when it was won. So, and they love it. Our bowlers love it.
Excellent. Big round of applause. Thank you for sharing. Other ways to reward and incentivize. No other hand? Oh, here we go.
David Kellerman.
Oh, wait. Pause for one moment, please. I want everyone to turn and look. Note, 2 minutes ago I said there was no $100,000 in that back corner. A little shame, and all of a sudden both back to back in that back corner. Go ahead. Thank you so much. Showing that competitions work. She inspired you. Excellent.
David Kellerman, Melstone Charlanes, Georgetown, Texas. We print our own money.
I love that.
And we hand that out to employees, Employee of the Month, for outstanding jobs, etc. That money is, of course, only good inside our center. They use it to buy their dinner, their lunch, anything else they want in the center.
Excellent. Big round of applause. Can you pass that down? I owe him a pin in just a minute. Thank you. Since my last name really is not golf, it is Bindelglass. We call those Bindle Bucks, or you can call them bowling bucks. Different things. Anybody else have one they'd like to share? Oh, thank you. Always, you're so awesome. Thank you. 1 minute. He's coming right up with the mic. Good thing I've got an extra.
Hi, I'm Beverly O'Donnell from Mission Bowl in Mission, Kansas. What we do is, at Christmas time, I know everybody is so busy and can't reward or have parties because you're so busy. We do our Christmas party in August, the week before our league start. And we do it from 11 to 2, and all our employees can bring their families, and they can bowl, and we have a miniature golf, and we have a tournament, we have Christmas decorations up, we have scavenger hunts, and it's a fun time for everyone, everybody, and we have awards that we give out and prizes to our employees. But, at Christmas we're so busy, it's just really hard to do that. So it's a fun time for all.
Excellent. Big round of applause. Okay, the applause are getting a little quiet there. So before I continue, does everybody have you already filled out a card or passed your business card? Because I'm going to you'll do one more sweep up and down just to make sure. Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
We do with not only our employees, but with some of our league bowlers. We give out lottery tickets. For every bowler that they bring in, we give out $25 worth of lottery tickets.
I'm sorry, you give out how many lottery tickets?
$25 worth of lottery tickets.
Wow, I like lottery tickets. Do they have to share if they win?
No.
Okay, big round of applause. Okay, so ready? Good catch. All these great catches. So here's my top best tip. I saved it till the very end, which is called either a morning huddle or a pep rally or whatever you want to call yours. I have a lot of managers say, but we come in different shifts. I did not create this idea. I was shopping one morning at that lovely store, Target, and I saw that, it's French in New Jersey, that they've huddled all of their team together And the manager said, guys, we're going to have an amazing, incredible day. We are going to do this sale starts. And today we have Cindy's birthday. She's turning 18 again, even though we all knew Cindy was like 58. We have an anniversary of Lisa. She's been with us for 1 year. And I thought, wow, that's such a cool thing to really get everybody together. And when we had the BPAA in down in Texas, Gaylord style, that as I was leaving, I went to check out their aquatics facility. And they said, well, we're not open yet. I said, oh, please, I have got to catch a plane. I'm dying to see it. They said, let me get a manager, and if he approves you to walk in. I said, I promise I'm not going to jump in the pool. They said, but it's for your safety. I said, I'm dressed in a business suit, not a swimsuit. I promise you I don't want to go in. They finally let me in, and what I was able to watch were 3 different managers in 3 different areas of their facility with a group of maybe 15 to 20. One was the food and beverage, one were the lifeguards, and the one group I think were the second shift coming afterwards, that they just said, today is a brutally hot day. It's 118 degrees. I'm thinking, yeah, it is. And they said, we are going to make sure that every guest has a spectacular day. To do this, we have to make sure that we refill the water jugs. And they went through all their things they needed to do. But what they were doing, just like any coach of a sports team, they were motivating them. They were awarding, today is Lisa's 5th anniversary with us. Today is Mike's first day of work. Recognizing, getting them all on that same page. They also announced it in their mystery shopper report that they had scored a 96, the highest they had ever scored. How do you think that whole team felt? Pretty good. Pretty amazing. Imagine if you were the coach, and I know I'll get offended if I tell anybody what team I support, but if you were the coach of either a baseball team or a football team, and everybody showed up and they said, all right, go out and play. Do you think they're going to play nearly as hard and as energized as if they say, come on guys, all hands in, let's go, blah, blah. You have to reward, recognize, and motivate them. Your job is to get them so excited. Your job is to get them really fired up for the day. If you rev up your staff and you do these contests and rewards and recognition, I promise you your sales have to go up. And if you don't call me, and I'll look at your program and see what you're not really doing. At this point, I want to turn it over to your trifold, and you have to do what I call the Panera Bread You Pick Two. Poor Panera Bread. Do you know why I support Panera Bread so much? Here's my real reason. I said I was from New Jersey. When we had all those storms, I was without power for 32 days in the period of a year. My new best friends were Panera Bread because they were the only store that kept Wi-Fi up and running. Do you want to know how to make friends at Panera Bread? Show up with a power strip. Oh my gosh, I had more friends than you can imagine. So while I was sitting there all the time, I kept saying, wow, they've got this You Pick Two. I'm going to incorporate it here. This is the chance for you to fill out your postcard and put at least 2 items on the card. While you are doing that, last call, anybody who did not turn in a business card, okay, I'll come down and collect either a business card or one of the, did you fill one out? That's still yours. Or an enter to win. We'll do our last round of these. She's writing quickly. If she has a business card, it'll be really fast. Oh, look at that. Oh, you're so good. Thank you, thank you. Raise your hand if you still... You know, these volunteers, you pay them nothing, you expect them... I'll go grab... oh my gosh. Now, don't I feel bad? I feel horrible. Okay, while you're writing your postcards, we have to get the whole back group some. Sorry about that. Wow, it's the quietest the room's been. So anybody else who needs postcards, that whole back section. Yeah, because I'm not taking them back to New Jersey all blank. You're going to see the time that the mailman came to me and said, what are these? I said, postcards. He said, with no names on them. I said, I explained to them, put your name, your address. I even told them to put their zip codes in. Take one and pass, please. Okay, anybody else need postcards? Raise your hand. This same row again? It's that Andy group. Does Andy have one? Take his. He doesn't need one. He won't use it. He'll tell you to do it. That is. Okay. When you're done, once again, pass them to the middle aisle. Here's my chance to say, thank you so very, 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 very much. It has been an extreme honor and pleasure once again to be back with my favorite group of BPAA. You are always an amazing audience. I thank you for participating. I thank you for the tweets in advance. And I thank you for picking this session over Kelly's mostly. And he knows I'm going to be saying that. He came in here earlier trying to steal people away. If there's anything I can ever do to help you, please don't hesitate to call. Thank you very much and have a great show. Wait.